Hey, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ivy, and today I'm going to be doing my September wrap-up and October TBR. It's fall, it's chilly outside, and I want pumpkin spice lattes because I am basic. It's really funny because all the books that I'm talking about in this video I don't own except for one, so yeah. I read 3 books in September. It's actually really funny because I'm like 25 books, I think, behind on my Goodreads reading challenge. So I don't think that's gonna be accomplished. The first book that I read in September was Tales of the Peculiar by Ransom. Tales of the Peculiar is a collection of short stories, and in the world of peculiardom, they are always referencing Tales of the Peculiar. It's basically like their folklore. These stories have been told to children for years and years. Another interesting thing is there are always true things hidden within the stories that are kind of like clues leading peculiars to certain things. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was so much fun to read while I actually listened to the audiobook, which was a great experience because it was like someone was telling me this fairy tale, and that just made the experience so much more enjoyable for me. I just loved the fairy tale feel of it. The stories were honestly very creepy and strange and weird, but I wasn't expecting anything less. The one thing I'm not sure about is whether the actual book has illustrations in it or not, since I read the audiobook. If the book has illustrations in it, or sorry, pictures in it, then you might want to read it physically because that would add to the story so much. But my favorite story was the first one, actually, about the cannibals. I don't know, something about that story just really stuck with me. The next book that I read in September, keeping up with this trend, is A Map of Days by Ransom. Map of Days is book 4 in Miss Peregrine's Peculiar Children, and it was good. Basically, the first book, which is called Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, is about a boy named Jacob whose grandfather is murdered, and he sees this happen, and then after that he goes on a journey of discovery of peculiardom, a world where people have really strange and weird magical powers. It's just so much fun and so creepy and amazing. It's really, really cool because Ransom bases the story off of old photographs. They are so creepy, and it makes the story 10 times better. In Map of Days, the peculiar children go to modern day America. It is the best thing ever. It is so funny, and I loved it so much. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. I always love reading about these characters. I think they're so fun and just really cool to read about. The storyline is also so exciting, and I don't know if it was my favorite book out of this series, but I am definitely looking forward to the next books because that cliffhanger was insane. And the last book that I read in September was Legend by Marie Lu. Legend is one of my all-time favorite books ever, and I'm rereading it because the 4th book in the series, called Rebel, came out recently, and I'm going to the signing tomorrow. I'm gonna meet Marie Lu, and I'm so freaking excited. Legend takes place in the future when America has become the Republic. We follow 2 main characters, it's dual perspective, and Day is the most wanted criminal in the Republic, and June is a coddled prodigy who is going into the military. She's really rich and very privileged. These 2 characters you would never think would cross paths because they're living on opposite ends of life. But an event happens that causes them to cross paths, and they start out as enemies, and there is a hunt going on, and it's just so freaking good. This book has the classic dystopian feel to it, but it also has so many unique aspects that I don't really want to get into because I don't want to spoil it for you, but trust me, they are there and they are great. The plot is definitely super strong, but my favorite part about this series is hands down the characters. June and Day are so complex, especially Day. Like, June is great, but Day is just such a complex character, and I love him so much. Also, the characters' relationships with one another are so complicated, and I love that so much. It's not just like, I hate you, or I love you. It's, I hate you and I love you. I love this book just as much, if not even more, than I did the first time, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars because it's so freaking good. Okay, so now into my TBR, that's the word, for October. The first book is one that I'm actually currently reading, and that is Prodigy by Marie Lu. The second book in the Legend series. Yes, it is a reread once again, and that is all you need to know. Next book after that is going to be Champion by Marie Lu, which, you guessed it, is the third book in this series, and it is once again a reread. But the third book that I want to read this month is not a reread, but is called Rebel by Marie Lu. That's the one that came out and that I'm gonna get a signed copy of tomorrow, and yeah, I was really hoping to be done with the rest of the series before tomorrow, but clearly that didn't happen. I suck! If I have time to get to it in October, I am planning on rereading The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. I'm rereading this because my book club is reading it. I need to finish it by like November or something. I don't really know. Is that gonna happen? Probably not. This book is so beautiful. It follows a young black woman named Star Carter who witnesses her best friend get shot and killed by a white police officer. The book is about Star dealing with the aftermath and just living through what she has seen and what her life is now like after the events of that fateful night. This is such an important book, and I talk about it a lot on my channel, but it deserves it 100% because it is so eye-opening and so well done and important, and everyone needs to read this book. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye!